Sorry, guys.
Hello, my name is Rosemary, and today I'm here to talk to you about the importance of recycling. Let me ask you something. It's Christmas morning, you just finished unwrapping all of your presents and you took them out of the boxes. Where does that wrapping paper and those boxes go? Or how about this? You just bought a 24-pack of water bottles. After you use them all, where do those water bottles end up? And I'm talking about after you decide to clean your room and hoard out the half-empty water bottles and throw them away. Where do they go? Keeping that in mind, recycling is when you take old materials and turn them into new materials. There are many benefits to recycling, such as it saves energy, it reduces the population in the world, as well as conserving our natural resources. Recycling can save energy because when we reuse materials, we don't have to put in as much work to create new materials. So everything that goes into creating new materials is collecting them, moving them to where they need to go, and refining the natural resources into the state that they need to be. So just by reusing materials, we are saving them the energy of having to create these new materials. America uses 80 billion aluminum cans per year. If we were to recycle those, at least half of those, it would really diminish the amount of cans that we would have to produce every year. There's no limit to the amount of cans that you can recycle, as it never degrades, so you can recycle aluminum endlessly. Recycling can also conserve our natural resources. If we recycle and put the materials where they're supposed to go, we could also keep the habitat clean for animals. If plastic ends up in the ocean, it ends up killing up to 1 million sea turtles per year. By recycling these plastic bottles and everything else, we could be saving these sea turtles as well. Every year, if we recycle our newspaper, up to 250 million trees can be saved a year. The deforestation for paper cuts down more trees and destroys more forests than mining and oil cultivation does. So that's a good chunk of trees getting cut down, or a good trunk of trees. That's bad. Recycling can also decrease pollution in the world. By recycling, you can reduce air, land, as well as water pollution. A recent study by Frank Torrey showed that if we all recycled our paper, we could reduce the air pollution by 75%. That is a very large amount if you think about it. If plastic ends up in landfills rather than being recycled properly, it can take centuries for it to decompose because plastic is not naturally biodegradable. If the plastic is staying in those landfills for centuries to come, it can even start to emit harmful gases into the environment as well. Each year, America uses 100 billion plastic bags and doesn't dispose of them properly. To diminish that amount and save the waste going into the world, we can invest in one of these reusable market bags that you can take with you. Also, every year, America uses 50 billion plastic water bottles. That adds up pretty quickly too, and to also diminish the amount of waste that goes into it, you can invest in a reusable water bottle to take with you on the go, or a water filter to have at home as well. When deciding to take a step towards recycling, if you are going to dispose of a container that juice was in, before putting it in the recycling bin, be sure to rinse it out with water and clean it out first. This will go with anything that has any food or liquids in it. Make sure you rinse them out and keep them clean. Sometimes if you look at the boxes, like this one for example, on the bottom it'll say, yeah, you can recycle this paper box, but do not recycle the plastic wrappers that come in it. Let's see. If you have any used napkins, paper napkins, they are not recyclable if they have food on it. If you have any paper plates that have food on it, they're not recyclable either. You want them to be clean when you properly dispose of them. Cameras, refrigerators, washer, dryers, batteries can all be recycled too, but if you look online you can find a proper place to dispose of those. Taking the step to recycle, it seems like a minor step, however, it will have a very large impact in the world that we're living in now and for many centuries to come. I hope that you're able to take something away from this presentation and decide to start recycling. Thank you. Is that too short?
No, you're good.